Hello everybody, my name is Favorite2 and welcome back to Reverse 1999. To be honest, this might be my third video, but it's not going to be in the main story though. Although I would say it has been a long time since I've done a Reverse 1999 video. Now, I just want to recount this. I made two videos about 17 months ago, I think, was 17 months ago, about last year. And 17 or 14 views, no likes, no dislikes, no comments. I mean, did y'all actually enjoy that game? I mean, I did. For the most part, the story is pretty damn good. The artwork is so good. That's all I have to say. Now, the reason I'm doing this video right now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. So, like and subscribe if you have not. So, this event occurs with Tales. Like I said, it's the main story. Apparently, with some sort of event, it just unlocks a new chapter in the main story. And I'm already on chapter 5. And I decided to just do the story off recording. Now, I do wanted to show you a quick trailer of this chapter, because I can't really show you once this event is over. So, let's just watch the quick trailer real quick.
A painting based on the mysterious island? The host is Isolde, the opera singer?
Oh, poor thing. Every member of that family met a tragic end. And now her brother.
Shh.
Théophile has left us. Behold, my late brother's final painting, inspired by the Golden Isle. The salvation.
Miss Dittersdorf, I know your brother's death has affected you deeply.
Doctor.
You need to release your oppressions.
The rain. The Golden Isle. The island of the painting. Is that where the timekeeper is at now?
How did Théophile know about the storm and the island?
He belonged to an organization called the Circle. It's the symbol of the Circle. Are they really just a group of artists?
What do you see in the mirror?
I see golden circles. Théophile in the fire. He burned all his paintings. And then I heard a shot.
All these assassinations at the same time?
Will our people be able to defend themselves on that island?
To help them is to help ourselves.
I can see how you burned with passion. Welcome to the circle, Miss Marcus.
We share the same dream as you.
I am intrigued by the name of your little group, the Circle.
Even if the world ends tomorrow, we still have a show to watch. Please, enjoy.
Alright, I will say this. Their trailers in the game are always top notch, and I do love watching them. Now, and it's unfortunate that I cannot watch the previous chapter's trailers, because you can't. Anyway, okay, so right here in my main menu here is Isolde. She is a spirit-type Arcanist that uses the power of her opera songs to summon the dead. Or not really the dead, but more like spirits. And she uses fire-type damage as well, and I've already got her to Insight 3, the maximum level. Although I still have to level her up though, and I do have her Side Tube, which is a buff, mainly tailored for her. And let's go over the summon real quick, and just now released about a couple of days ago, Marcus. Apparently her abilities revolve around books, mainly reading, which is weird. And upon a return to a certain event, Jessica also returns as well as 37. But I've already got Jessica. And speaking of Jessica, I'm going to be going over today's video based on a past event that I have yet to finish, but I wanted to do again. Welcome to A Nightmare at Green Lake. This timeline in this event takes place in 1971, I think. But I'll let the trailer speak for itself. I love this event mainly because, just listen. Right, so basically the main thing is horror. We have a character that was doing a horror flick, but until something went wrong when the campsite actually responded to something. And of course, one of my favorite characters that I managed to pull was Jessica up here. And just this month as well, while I was trying to pull for Isolde, I managed to get Blondie. But Tooth Fairy is still eluding. Why is she named Tooth Fairy? It's her abilities and her lore. And of course, I unfortunately had this guy, Oropedia. But let's go ahead and watch the trailer so you guys can have an idea what this event is about. And I'm going to do the entire event, stories included.
That was a night in 1971, a night with pouring rain. In that rain, the communication center of Xeno lost contact with the Green Lake campsite.
But wasn't it a story? I am kind of attracted indeed.
Staying here is really not a wise choice for you.
It's our rights to stay here. You can't just expel us.
Someone is passing messages to us through these notes.
We have been with a butcher whose identity is unknown to all of us.
Like the story of Xeno Youth Force. We are in real danger now.
Critters are multiplying. Things are getting worse.
You know, the funniest thing is I recently gotten Blondie, but I have not yet put all my effort into building her. So let's go ahead and enter the green site. Alright. Unfortunately for you guys, I've already did story mode, but I've yet to do hard mode. But I'm going to do story mode for all of you guys. So let's go ahead and go with preface. Alright. The campsite.
Oh. It seems this is the entrance.
Green Lake campsite. We are now at the Green Lake.
Wow.
Michael, a self-explanatory fool. He leads the life of a clown in front of his popular peers, like a companion animal to them. He has turned himself into one of those chattering, gong-holding monkeys, clowning around with a head filled with junk food, alcohol, and psychedelic
There's gotta be a
potions.
film, isn't it?
Green Lake campsite. I hope we can find a clean and vast lake here to swim, with or without a swimsuit.
Unhealthy.
See my muscles? The young ladies will all crazily scream for these puppies. Ho, ho, ho!
Ugh. Freddie, an athlete, captain of the school's rugby team, an ostentatious, self-centered, and annoying narcissist. He is in the prime of his life, a period which will be recalled repeatedly and eagerly decades later, like a drunk man obsessively licking the salt off the snacks.
Damn, Freddy. For 1 second in your life, could you please stop thinking about taking your pants off?
What the?
Jason, the young scholar. He is the teacher's favorite student. Straight A's, clever, reliable, and logical.
It's also funny that they could censor a few words in there. It's kind of funny.
He pays more respect to girls than most of the idiotic men do. His interest is reading those encyclopedias or looking into some strange science stuff.
You can wipe your face with this, Michael. We will get to the camp soon.
Anne, the virgin. There is a non-aggressive, harmless amount of gentleness and beauty in her that you don't get to see much of in this crazy time.
Oh?
She was born and raised in a faithful Christian family, along with other sisters. She attends the reading session held in her community every weekend.
Isn't that a classic group of characters in a horror flick?
Lower your voices. Enough shouting. I'm still hungover, so don't mess with me and everybody will stay happy. Understand? Blondie. Reckless and dumb. A typical blondie. Always indulging herself in alcohol, beautiful clothes, and other vain pleasures. She was luckily born into a wealthy family and raised by doting parents. People call her sweetheart or honey, nothing else. Now we are going to bonfire camping area, right? Where's our guide? Just to be clear, Uncle Eli lent us the place, but he did also mention it's a bit neglected, so you know what to expect. When we get there, clean up the house and leave the best bedroom to me. You can choose from the rest.
Michael will be glad to help you, sweetie.
Take Anne with you. A girl would know to attend to details. One day, she will pay for her doings. One day.
They were all dead. Their heads were hung at the treetop. It wasn't until a week later were they found by other campers. Murderer? No, there was no murderer. At least nobody has ever seen one. Some said it was done by a person who has long lost his humanity, that he was possessed by some demonic spirits and therefore immortal.
Michael, you fool! Stop telling such a dumb story. Come maintain the bonfire, idiot.
But I haven't finished the store. No, I mean, all right, on my way.
The fool always dies first. It's...
Hey, do you guys smell anything? Something quite gross, like, putrid?
His smile freezes as another wave of car sickness washes over him.
Oh, fuck! Oh gosh, I just saw it! It's viscera?
Over the top, guys.
Jeez, F you! Don't throw up on me, Michael, you damn jerk! Ugh!
Sorry, made me laugh.
Step back. This is a badger. Judging from the degree of putrefaction, it has died at least a week ago.
How would you know?
Blondie, did your uncle mention any beasts living in the woods? Blondie? Oh my goodness. They sneaked away again. In this very moment.
Well, I think so. She left with Freddy when Michael started puking.
Oh boy. Sneaking off. Not a good idea in this kind of thing. So, the two young people who are away from the others are now in each other's arms.
Hey, stop that.
12 plus.
Yeah, I can push this further. You see, I will.
What the? Well, not good. Well, looks like the chaos started already.
Help! Help! Help!
Well, that ain't good. And that, guys, welcome to Green Lake. I love the songs. Ohio Mystery Investigation Bureau. What? Friends from the Green Lake. What does that mean? I already figured out what that means though, but hey, to be continued, right? Alright, 16 minutes in recording. I think I might just skip some of the things, so... Right, so, letter from a stranger. Let's go ahead. I might not comment on any of these things. So, right, it'll just save up space.
Timekeeper, now that we have given the report, Madam Z said we won't have any other assignments for a while.
Alright, so it looks like we're back at the St. Pathlaw Foundation. Pretty much before we head into the Green Lake.
It may be a little abrupt to ask, but I was wondering if you would like to take a heritage train ride with me.
Please, trust me, this journey will be the best ever. Let's start off immediately and come back furtively, so nobody will know.
I have done the first few missions in the event before I realized I needed to upgrade my characters. I can already tell who this voice is.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Okay, fine. Oh, wait, Angie, do you want to travel? Let's start off immediately and come back furtively so nobody will know.
I'm flattered you asked, but I'm leaving for assignment soon, so I'm not gonna make it.
Really? That's a sad coincidence. I heard that you've worked so hard and have saved up so many unused leaves. You also have 2 days of outing permission.
Oh. She doesn't want to be with him. Okay, run. The young man turns around, suddenly raises his arm, and comes this way.
Oh, hey guys.
There he is.
Us?
Yes, you guys. Our great Miss Timekeeper and her excellent assistant, Sonetto. Am I right? Accepting the title Great without hesitation, you are really the Verdun we've heard about.
Heard about?
We all know the trouble you stirred up. I was several grades above you. Though the instructors prohibited any discussions of that incident, they couldn't stop people from being curious. But soon no one asked about that anymore, because it is the wrong thing to do, and there was no vacancy in the guardhouse. Anyways, I remember you.
Don't worry, Timekeeper. Although his manner is debatable, he's not a bad person. He was the one who received the Outstanding Contribution Award in the latest annual appraisal. Allow me to introduce...
No, wait! Don't use that name.
What name is that?
Here with Timekeeper, just call me Horopedia, which I prefer.
Okay, Mr. Horopedia. I've never heard of this nickname of yours.
It's a long story. I can share with you at another time. Now, let's get down to business. Have you guys heard of the myth of the Green Lake campsite?
I'm not a fan of urban legends, but so it was you who sent me the letter.
Yeah, it was me. Given that you didn't know me, I sent it anonymously.
I don't see how these are correlated.
Well, of course they are. An anonymous envelope better triggers curiosity. And you are the most inquisitive person I know.
That is true.
Didn't you worry that I might throw it away?
Honestly, I did. So I wrote to another 13 people. Now I have 6
Jesus
maps.
Christ, man.
But don't be upset. Yours is the most intact one, so I selected it.
Thank you for your approval.
A mystery solved. No wonder I found the handwriting on the envelope familiar. I did some research on Green Lake campsite after piecing together the map. It was the map of one of the training bases of Xeno. They used to train their youth force there in the early 60s and deserted that base in the early 70s.
Why?
It had been underused even before it was abandoned. It was more of a Boy Scout camping site than a military training base.
Exactly, Miss Sonetto. But this is the outdated version of the story now. This is not your fault. You haven't been in the headquarters for a long time, so you must have missed out on some first-hand information. Now, about the Green Lake campsite, we have some updates.
An enigmatic book appears on Horpedia's face. His voice drops.
That was a night in 1971, a night with pouring rain. Heavily and hastily, sheets of rain formed a barrier, isolating the woods from the outside world. In that rain, the communication center of Xeno lost contact with the Green Lake campsite.
Was it normal rain?
Probably not.
It was. Drops of water with dust falling from above. It didn't cause any illusions or unusual symptoms, but took away all the youth force stationed at the campsite. In the cabin they lived, people found clothes, blankets, even books left open on the table. What does not move or breathe stayed there as usual, but their owners, those living youngsters, disappeared from the woods like drops of dew under the sun. Since then, nobody has ever seen those youth force again. Xeno has not, nor Laplace, nor us. Green Lake campsite has then become a ghastly and deserted land. Miss Sonetto, please put down your hands. They're hindering your ears from receiving information. You might then miss the climax.
She doesn't like horror. Don't torture the poor precious.
Thank you for the kind reminder.
She didn't want to hear it.
It was an unforgettable night. 3 months later, all the missing members of the youth force came back to Xeno. They carried the smell of fungi and moist air, stepping into their dorm without making any noise. They claimed that they just came back from a tough mission in the rainforest. No one knew what the mission was. No one knew which rainforest they referred to. The personality of all those kids have changed.
The outgoing Bruno became speechless. The gentle Anna Queenie starts picking quarrels with others. They were not who they were, but no one could pin down the difference. Day after day, the smell of fungi and moist soil never disappeared. It lingered for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Till one night, grade 1 student Dries suddenly woke up from his dream.
A muddy tentacle stretching out beneath his bed, closed around his ankle and pulled him onto the floor. There, a face awaited him. A hideous face of a human-like creature with a bloody mouth.
Don't scare her.
Sonetto?
Oh, don't.
Sonetto, easy. You're going to break your wand.
God damn it, Horpedia. Don't Trying to give my girl a trauma. Sorry.
I know. I was just a bit caught off guard. It has never come to my mind that such a bizarre event would take place within an official
You
institution.
probably just faked it.
Funny story, Mr. Horripedia. As an urban myth, however, the ending is way too clear and powerful. The element of drama ruins its authenticity. You're good at making stories. Next time you can be more meticulous. Huh?
Xeno Armaments Academy. The best military talents training base at present.
There she is, Miss Tooth Fairy.
The members of Youth Force were relatively younger, with less combat experience and capability compared to those graduates. Still, they have received years of training as reserve soldiers. As we all know, Xeno would arm their youth force and the trainers with drill weapons for outings.
And I don't think that's enough.
It was nearly impossible to wipe out a youth force in the territory of Xeno without being noticed by the Academy.
I see. So it's not true. Just a made-up story. Miss Tooth Fairy, did you come back from the trip?
Look how she sounded relieved that whole story was made up. I highly doubt it was made up. The ending might be made up, but...
I've rerouted my journey to a new destination. My companion suggested us to meet at the Foundation first, so I came back earlier.
Anything wrong with the original destination?
It's fine and safe, but now I have a better place to go. It's a place of myths and danger. There once lived many adolescents. With any luck, I will embrace a harvest of baby teeth.
Why?
No way. The place you're heading is...
It's Green Lake Campsite.
But wasn't it a story? A story made up by Mr. Horripedia?
Oh no, she's having a realization. It's not a made-up story.
He made up part of it, such as the bloody hand underneath the bed and the midnight screaming. Except for those, the rest is exactly the same as I know.
But, as you just said, in their own training base, it's almost impossible for the youth force to be...
It proves that Green Lake Campsite is out of this world, a place worth visiting.
You're 3 minutes and 15 seconds late, Miss Tooth Fairy. No worries. I didn't waste my time waiting. We need more people to join us. Angie and Adolf have turned me down, but Verdun and Sonetto haven't walked away yet. I am trying to win them over. I think I'm almost there. Now, they are really attracted by the Green Lake, so we are starting off soon.
Attracted? Pardon me,
What?
Mr. Horripedia. We did not plan to go there, and we certainly do not feel any strong attraction to that place.
That may be...
Oh, really? But Verdun seems to be very attracted.
Or am I mistaken about the look on her face?
Verdun has a very good...
Timekeeper!
Do I have a choice? Several pairs of eyes look over her.
I am kind of attracted indeed.
See that? I am right.
I'm glad to see you in an adventurous spirit, Miss Verdun.
How can you tell? So it is so decided.
Great! Take your suitcase, pack your clothes. Don't forget to bring 2 novels to kill time.
Ugh.
Now, let's take the hands of our 2 new partners. Journey on!
Great personality. I hate him.
Please, wait a minute!
Alright. And so to be continued again. Alright. Let's see. Baby teeth? Let me think. Okay, so we're gonna go over baby teeth. And yes, we're gonna be doing the story.
Thank you for the letter, Emily. Now, we are bringing our driver friends the latest weather forecast. Ohio is having a sunny week, with a comfortable level of humidity and 0 chance of rain.
Sorry, I forgot to switch off the inbuilt radio. Sit tight and put on your seatbelt. Hold the hands of people sitting next to you. If necessary, close your mouth, then clench your teeth. You can do as I said, or not. I was mainly talking to them.
Yes, madam.
Yes, Miss Tooth Fairy. Are those little winged elves still nagging you? I remember you were troubled by them as early as I was in school.
They are still there. They have never left there. The good thing is that they can't distinguish lies. They spend every second of their life overhearing me and totally believe what I say.
Weird.
As long as they hear me say, cover your mouth and clench your teeth, they will never attack you.
We all owe Mr. Campbell a big thank you for this. All of his teeth were stolen when he was with Miss Tooth Fairy. That's when humans finally realized how vindictive and vengeful those little things are. They stepped across the world for the cure. Eventually, they found a solution.
Mr. Campbell? Who is this person, and what happened to him?
He is my brother. I am also a Campbell, Miss Campbell, while he is a Mr. We shared a roof when we were little. I was cursed for eating a tooth fairy. It and its fellows swore to steal all my teeth. At first, they did it. I ate 9 fairies and lost 11 baby teeth. My parents soon found out. They ordered a special tooth brace for me, in case I lose all my baby teeth and become a horrific old lady.
That's funny.
In their second attack, those tooth fairies failed to steal the teeth from Miss Campbell, so they rushed to Mr. Campbell. His teeth disappeared in a flash, and he never had one since then. People said it was the curse of the Tooth Fairy. Just like in books, the flying human-like critters are bigoted. Once gained, they will keep the love and hatred at heart forever.
I'm so sorry, Miss Tooth Fairy. I shouldn't have asked.
Don't worry, sweetie. My brother now has his own teeth. He lives a stable life. The past is in the past. And I don't really think he was cursed. I've never heard the Tooth Fairy swore at him. Neither have I found any mark on him that can be detected by Arcanum. Instead of being cursed, what he suffered is more likely to be a congenitally missing tooth, a term defined in human medical science.
I know that case. I just never thought Mr. Campbell lost his because of this. None of my classmates or instructors ever doubted the authenticity of such a curse when they gossip of such things.
SPDM is a community of a bunch of young Arcanists and several instructors. For those kids, a curse is more common than a disease diagnosed by human medical science.
As a result, they neglected what they can't comprehend and only learned the story from a one-sided perspective. Soon enough, rumors started to spread.
But that was a curse. A trouble that you can't easily shake off once you were put under. People could hardly forget that. If Tooth Fairies could curse his sister, they could also curse him. Everything came naturally. That was it.
Kids were ignorant for lack of knowledge, yet adults were ignorant for their cognitive inertia. In a story where truth and falsity are mingled together, it is hard to tell which is which.
After all, life is not a show. You won't have a narrator to warn you of the dangers ahead.
Go away! Leave here!
Careful!
What the hell?
Timekeeper? Miss Tooth Fairy? Are you alright?
We're good. Don't worry. Cover your mouth and nose. Get out of the car.
Is everyone okay? Did somebody get hurt? Timekeeper, you...
Go away! Go! Go away! Get out of my woods! I heard it. I heard it. I've heard the gods' will. Oh, God. Oh, God. I will guide your children. I will guide them. Guide them away from the demons. From the land of demons.
Dilated pupils, disordered speech, and a body temperature of 3 degrees higher than the normal level. Presumably, he has taken some stimulants or substandard potions.
His sanity has been taken away. We need to knock him out.
True words from a doctor.
He fainted out. Problem solved. But my car broke down. We have to walk there.
No problem, Miss Tooth Fairy. I took the map with me before we got out. But there is smoke coming out of your car. Is it alright?
Don't worry, Verdun. My brother bought an insurance. The brokers will soon contact him.
This must be the camp.
It is.
I sniff conspiracy in the air. What will happen here? Murder? Sacrifice? Spy attack? Or evocation?
This guy's too much.
Let me see. What do we have here?
These things have been left here catching dust, and I see no footprints or any signs of activity. Seems like it has been deserted for a long time. Iron buckets, felling axes, picnic mats. Considering we are in a campsite, it is only normal to expect these tools to be here. What is this?
Sinetto crouches down, carefully checking a piece of metal that is half burned, buried in the mud.
Anything? Have you found anything, Sinetto?
Something is buried in the ground. Right here.
She breaks a twig from the bush. Without hesitation, she pushes the mud clods aside with the twig.
A box? Made of iron or aluminum? It looks like a candy box. Judging from the rust, it has been buried here for 4 to 5 years. A kid's candy box? No, adults can love candies too. Looking at it from a different angle, is its owner still alive? What happened to the person here? Why was this box buried with a battered magazine?
From the traces of activity here, it's probably been left by its indiscreet owner. Wait. This is the Green Lake campsite. We just met a madman who called himself an oracle. He drove people away from the land of demons. Open it. If this is from a brutal crime, there might be some evidence inside.
We are all ears, Miss Verdun.
Really nothing inside. That anticipation.
This is not a candy box. It is a pill box. Correction. It is an empty pill box.
You're back, Miss Tooth Fairy. What did you find when you explored the campsite?
Roughly the same as here. Near the woods, there's a place for firewood cutting. more traces left by critters can be found near the woods than here. I also found the teeth and claw marks of giant critter, as well as some excretion.
That is to say, one gigantic critter inhabits here? If not more?
Yes, that's why I came back here. Watch out for the critters. We may have stepped in their territory.
Yeah, I understand. I'll tell them to be careful, yes. Thank you for your advice. Bye. Angie, come in. This is the file that the timekeeper submitted. It's about the storm. Please hand it to the research department.
Affirmative. I will bring it to them.
Next month, your squad will be dispatched to North America to join Xeno for a joint mission. The tactical unit under the Timekeeper will be replaced by the 3rd Squad. Please complete the handover procedure before you leave. By the way, your application for the outing permission has been permitted. The document will be posted to your door mailbox by 7 p.m. tomorrow.
I'm very grateful for your help, Madam Z.
You're welcome. Get some good rest. Don't forget to remind your team members that actions outside areas mentioned in the application will not be allowed. They need to return back to the headquarters by the specified time and check in.
Okay, I did
once
not
they're
click
back.
that. I don't know what happened, but I didn't click that. Also, she did have an outing. I guess Horpedia just caught her in the wrong moment.
I will, Madam Z. I will look after them.
Off you go. Oh, hey, Angie. I heard that Tooth Fairy has returned to the Foundation. Please tell her to come by my office when she's available.
Miss Tooth Fairy? I suppose she has gone by now. On my way here, I saw Joshua and Vertimer with her. They seem to be planning to
so
travel.
Horpedia's real name is Joshua. Okay.
Joshua? To travel? No. Nope. I haven't received his outing application.
Which means...
He did have some past records of violation, such as being late, absent from duty, and taking actions without permission. His past records means that his outing application will not be permitted. He must be well aware of it. That's why he wasn't even bothered to apply for one.
My, no wonder he always said, let's start off immediately and come back furtively so nobody will know.
Don't be nervous. Our priority now is to get them back and minimize the possible consequences. Angie, do you know where they're going?
He mentioned... I'm trying to recall. It's, Green Lake. They were heading to Green Lake campsite.
Green Lake? You mean the Green Lake campsite established by Xeno?
Yes, Madam Z.
It's even worse now. I'm sorry, Angie. Please inform the 7th and 5th Squad to stand by. We'll head out at any time.
Yes, I'll fetch them now.
Hello? Is it the Liaison Department of Xeno Armaments Academy? I am Z. Please put me through Lieutenant Banya.
Okay, so things gotten bad from worse. I'm not sure if I should show you all the combat things or not, but I don't know.
was that? Did someone scream? My god, Jason. We have to check it out. I know they like to fool around, but we are here now.
Anne lowers her voice and looks into the depths of the shadow. She remembers the terrible story about the woods.
Michael, stay here and take a rest. Shh. Don't make any noise.
Alright. They'll all be fine, huh?
I don't know, man.
Hope so.
I only hope.
Blondie? Blondie? Stop playing hide and seek. This is not funny.
Wait. Look over there.
A waist-height bush shakes suspiciously. It's lush enough for an adult to hide behind.
Blondie? No. Freddy? Are you there? Not funny at all. Not cool. You two always like to spook people like this. I will not believe.
Oh. Oh, look out! It's the butcher of the woods.
Anne, stay
No,
back.
it's not time to be brave. The sharp blade cuts through the bushes, and their noses instantly catch the grassy smell. They stumble backward and fall to the ground.
What the hell was that?
A killer!
The stories are all true. All true. How is that possible? It is not in compliance with the laws.
What the laws of nature got to do with that? The smell of blood hits them. Anne looks up and sees their friends, who are lying behind the bushes and looking lifeless.
Oh no, this is not happening. Oh Lord.
No more crying, Anne. Stand up. Run. I will look out for you. Run!
Both of them are dead. My God. Jason, the blood is all over the place.
Jason helps his trembling friend get back on her feet. His legs are shaking as well, but they have to keep running, as they dare not look back. That suspicious bush has been pushed aside, behind which lie their friends, apparently breathless.
Don't think too much. Don't look back. Run. Speed up.
Jason, head down.
Oh! Well.
No! Don't! Evans! Jason!
His blood spurts out like a shaken soda. Then his body falls backward, headless. The air smells fishy and keeps retreating, one step after another. And there's a critter. Again.
Damn it, it's catching up.
It's moving too fast. I've never seen a critter this big. Not only the size, its strength and speed are also much enhanced from what we learned in the Arcane Creatures class. It took Miss Toothberry's velvet pocket. We have to bring it down before it's too late.
Horopedia, do you have some cobweb bullets to trap it?
Only one left. Are you sure we have to fight it in the woods? We don't have an edge. The campsite was completely destroyed within 15 seconds. I don't suggest that we kill ourselves in this way.
According to the map, there is the other campsite built in a wider region. We can fight it there. Turn left here. Keep going for 100 meters, and then cross the bush.
Whoa!
Shoot that bullet. It's going to get you.
What a pity. I was thinking of catching something
Like a
else.
fish?
Excellent.
And by time.
The bush is right over there. Follow me. Let's speed up.
Michael suffers a slow death. He lies between the bushes and moans in pain. Little by little, his blood drains away.
No.
While Anne is like a scream player. She screams the same line repeatedly, circling around the camp again and again. But the butcher's blade always lands on the ground 1 inch behind her heel, not even touching one bit of her body.
Don't get closer! No, don't! Wait! You people are...
The figure jumping out of the bushes is coming straight at her. I didn't get to read that.
My apologies. I didn't
And
mean
they
to
did
intrude.
interrupt them.
My God, what has happened here?
Something important. Before coming out to the other side of the bush, none of them has ever expected such a horrific scene. Let me take a look at that. Why does the music sound playful?
A crazy murderer? Student campers? Oh, this is much more interesting than I expected!
Protect the victims. Get ready to fight.
Who are you? And the bushes? Why did you come out of the bushes?
Worry not, miss. Please get behind. You're safe with us.
No, that's my friend. And they aren't...
I understand. They deserve a decent funeral. After I take care
I
of this
think there's
demonic
going to be a
creature.
misunderstanding. Sonella grasps her wand, keeping her friend behind.
May the peace be with us.
Sonetta,
Yes, please, calm down.
Oh no! Don't bury me! I don't want to die!
Sorry, that just made me laugh.
What?
Oh, you get it now?
This taste of cherry syrup is
No wonder it's
killing
called
me.
cheap syrup.
You're still alive?
Huh? Of course. What kind of question is that?
But you were vomiting blood, and that gentleman over there doesn't even have a head attached to his body.
That's a prop. It looks like a real one. Nicely done. You add bloody taste substitute into the cherry syrup, which makes it smell like the real blood. Be prudent about the dosage, because it's slightly addictive. You've used too much.
What on earth is happening?
We're in the movie. That's what's happening.
This is a theater, or a filming site. These young people are busy with their business, while we just interrupted them.
I'm Anne. Are you two the actors Jennifer
Probably not.
recruited?
I'm afraid I don't know this Jennifer you are referring to.
Ah, my bad. She sometimes goes by the name Blondie. It was just me who always calls her Jennifer.
Damn it, you idiots! Get your ass up! There's no way we can use
By the way, the
this
sound
thing.
effect is not a coincidence. It was purposely used to censor the cursing. The bodies covered in blood get back on their feet one after another. The girl with the blonde hair and bloodstains on her face rushes angrily over.
Here she comes. Sorry, excuse me.
Anne swings her arms and runs towards Blondie like a fluttering little bird.
You! Who are you?
Furtin.
No, that's
You
not
kinda
what I'm
did.
asking.
Huh? Are you asking me? I am Horopedia.
Horrorpedia's eyes light up, looking at each one of the people standing before him.
And you are... The big one, the athlete, the smaller one, the fool, and the slim one, the scholar, the only girl who's standing here.
It seems like the first girl who lay down. I'm talking about you, right. A blondie.
What the hell? What is in your shrinked brain? I'm asking who the hell you are, why you are here, and what do you break into my film site for?
Film?
Yes, We were in the middle of shooting a movie.
Now you have some
horror
outtakes.
movie. Jennifer is our director and playwright. Is that the word?
Horror movie? Here?
He blinks. His face is suddenly lit by an unusual glow.
Where's your gear? What's the story?
What's your business here?
What? Aren't you confident enough?
The gear is right here! In the script, too! Take a good look at it, smartass!
It's a flying camera.
Recorder CCD TR57? The latest version. A pretty one. It costs quite a lot and has many features. Optical camouflage outer shell, long standby time for operating independently, and hand gesture triggered flashlights and lighting adjustments. Wow. It's the first time to see a real one, other than those advertisements printed on magazines. What a coincidence. How do you use the flash?
He's like a kid in a candy store.
Hey! Wait! Take your
Hey,
hands
don't touch
off
her.
me!
She is not quick enough to avoid Horpedia, who pinches the edge of her sleeve and drags her arms, moving up and down.
With a snap? A wave? Or adjusting your glasses? Or an applause?
Someone hit him.
Let go of me!
Ah ha ha ha! It's the applause! Now it's easier.
Unbelievable! What the hell do you think you're doing? Piss off!
5 minutes 31 seconds. The sticky bullet should have been 4 times more powerful than this, but still within my estimation.
Hey, Blondie! Clap your hands!
God, for freak's sake! Look what you brought here!
Alright, she shakily claps her hands. The autofocus recorder rises into the air. Ah, my eyes! Damn it! I forgot it did that. You're gonna have to read this.
My camera!
Good. Now it's time.
I think we have to fight it again, but... Alright. What if I just press start again? Yeah, I really just wanted to show you guys the fight this time.
May the flow take their souls to the sea in the north. It is he, Rashimus Ligas. Prepare to be drowned.
Too easy.
The curtain has fallen.
Oops. I think I might overdid it. Hang on, let me check. Alright. I think a good story. Alright.
It escaped, taking my precious collection away.
Nah, there's no way to follow it. The trees it pushed down have blocked the path. This would take us some time. That was definitely not your usual critter. Miss Tooth Fairy, what kind of traces did you find earlier?
Most of them are left by medium and small critters. Claw marks of giant critters are clear, but few. There's probably one critter of such immense size. Besides, we need to offer an explanation to that lady.
Yeah, because we broke her camera.
Of course.
They all look at the center of the chaos, who seems to feel the gazes and down back in confusion.
Why are you all staring at me? Do I have something on my face or my clothes?
Let's see. Yeah, turn back in confusion. Sorry about that. Misread it. Tooth Fairy turns her face to the film crew. The actors stand in a circle with fake blood all over the bodies. Blondie lets out a mournful cry.
Camera, my god, the roll films are ruined too.
There, Jennifer. Perhaps I can try piecing it together and fix it for you. Would it help you to feel better?
It's no use. Everything in it is gone, every take I took.
Yeah, like what Anne said, don't be sad. Thanks to your generosity.
Jesus
none of us
Christ,
were
dude.
injured.
Read the room. Also, nothing is worse than someone ruining your film is having your film utterly destroyed. Yeah. Oh shit. Blondie looks up, and the brittle pieces of burnt camera fall to the ground from her hand.
What did you just
You made her
say?
angrier.
I'm trying to comfort you. Don't glare at me. Actually, I think this is unnecessary, but they made me.
The young man lowers his head, keeps his voice down, and tilts his head toward the people behind him.
See? Behind me. The girl with the hat and the girl in the white. Huh?
Unnecessary? You think it's unnecessary? Do you have even the slightest idea of what you have destroyed?
The blonde girl is shaking. Her face is clouded with anger. Her manicured nails nearly poke Horpedia's nose like sharpened little knives. God, I hate that feeling.
Make your 4 eyes useful and look at these. What do you think they are?
Alright, calm down. Let's be reasonable.
Dude, you're digging yourself deeper.
If you were mad because of your movie, I am really sorry. But at that very moment, I thought our safety mattered the most. Also, I have good news for you. This recorder is meant for taking daily family videos. The clips taken by it aren't nearly enough to be called a movie.
So they didn't have enough film to film a movie.
So, to some extent, I just prevented you from shooting a disastrous movie.
Oh, hell no. You did not just call her movie a disastrous movie.
If you are looking for any financial compensation, please talk to the girl with the hat.
Come again? Who is going to make a disastrous movie? No! Don't change the subject! Movies! Ha, no, I'm not raging over some movies! I don't care about this shit at all! You think money can get you out of trouble? It doesn't even come close! That was a limited collaboration product of Recorder and Lucas. You can only find 3 of these all over the world.
And he
Only
destroyed the one. Christ.
It's more valuable than any jewelry or luxury handbags. The suede decoration on it alone can buy 200 of your stupid heads, dumb.
Okay, she's obviously a rich person, I believe. Uh-oh, and it's raining.
Shoot, my makeup. What are you sticking there for? Go clean the broken trunks and branches off the path. We have to get back to the cabin as soon as possible. I have no desire to catch a cold in the rain.
Someone comes to her side.
This is not a safe place for you. Get back to the town, find a hotel, and take a hot shower. My students and I will escort you to the main road at the edge of the woods and arrange a car for you. If any of you have symptoms like an itchy throat or rising temperature, please buy some Robitussin or a similar drug at the nearest pharmacy.
Ugh, no, I'm not leaving. The movie is not finished. As long as you take care of that big monster, I can continue with my project to get that shit movie done.
But we don't have the camera.
You dumb
Hey.
girl. You have no idea what we are doing here, so don't tell me what to do if the best you could do is handcraft some props.
Staying here is really not a wise choice for you. It is very dangerous and you can't protect yourselves.
It's our right to stay here. You can't just expel us.
You are, of course, entitled the right to stay, Miss Blondie. But I hope you could keep in mind that you and your friends are in grave danger. The Green Lake campsite is not a place for fun. You should stay with us, for the sake of your safety. The rain is getting heavier. We might catch a cold. Let's clean up the road and head for the shelter.
The blonde girl falls silent for a brief moment and then storms away.
All this gibberish to scare us off. Come here, Freddy! Go into the campsite and see if you can find some axes for us.
Kids, if you find any teeth, please pick them up and
You're still
hand them
going
to
on
me.
about getting teeth.
Hurry up, Freddy! I'm freezing!
Oh, the cabin looks nice, though.
The lock has been broken. Those are bite marks from small critters. They might have nested inside.
This damn place has power supply? Who'll pay for the bill?
Maybe it has underground cables, or it's powered by some generation sets left by Xeno. Wait. Stop here. To your right, by the corner of the stairway, there are 3... No, at least 3 of them.
They're getting closer! Blondie, take your friends away!
Strange. I remember I left it here. Where's the camera?
Are you looking for something? Perhaps I can help.
No one asks for your help. Go away. If you have nothing better to do, go clean the house up. I need a place to rest.
Yes, sure, you must be tired. Don't worry, I will take care of it.
Let me give you a hand, Anne.
That'd be great! The tools are in the closet. This won't take us long.
So, you guys are really the investigators from the St. Pavlov Foundation?
It sounds like he knows his stuff.
What is St. Pavlov Foundation?
No way! You've never heard about St. Pavlov Foundation?
St. Pavlov Foundation is an official institution that takes in and organizes Arcanists, Anne. My friends and I work for them. We will try our best to keep everyone here safe.
I've never met a real one. What do you guys normally do? Taking humans for subject research? Roaming around to snoop on the political parties? Are those stories true?
Human subject research? Political parties? Pardon me, I don't follow you. We will never do harm to any human. It's strictly stipulated.
Save your bureaucratic rhetoric, little girl. I've read those books. I know you've done some dirty things. Tell me.
Shut your face, Michael. I recruited you to play the fool, not asking you to really be one. Don't bring disgrace on us for going to Vine State College with you.
You were all students from Vine State College?
Yes. Faculty of Filmmaking. This fool here is a chemistry student. The big guy over there is an art student on English literature and poetry.
Wait, really?
It's one of my assignments to make a movie during the semester break. So I hired every useless meathead available and traveled all the way to this shoot just to shoot a stupid horror movie.
Stupid horror movie?
Uh-oh.
I thought you loved horror movies.
Ew! Don't disgust me. Who would possibly have interest in the movies filled with characters in sweat and dust and presenting zero romance or any nice costumes?
You mean you are not interested in horror movies, but determined to film one here?
Lonnie pauses for a second, wrapping herself tighter in a blanket.
You tell me. They are cliched, meaningless, but easy to make.
Are you sure about that?
They are the easiest option for this assignment. That's it. I've never liked any of them.
Is that true for anyone? Whoever watched this video, if you guys ever done a film during your time in college or anything at all, or you've watched films, is that even true? What she just said?
Oh, I see. That's why you selected this awful script, all these beautiful but useless props, and such an untrained cast.
Oh, what did you say? Awful script?
Uh-oh.
Well, I've read your script. It is illogical and dull. The conflicts are not strong enough. Or we can call it a classic, but in another word, it's stale. I really wonder, how did you get admitted to the filmmaking faculty? The admission criteria for Vine State College should be quite difficult to meet.
You! What do you know about filmmaking? You're no one but a spawn of the Foundation like those bodyguards my daddy has!
Come on, relax, Blondie. If your dad didn't sponsor the 2 library buildings, you would not be here studying filmmaking.
I guess she got bought in. Buy her way self in, I guess.
And you look exactly like an Arcanist when you get mad. Don't. It's not a good look.
Say that again? Think you can take a punch from me? I'm not in a good mood today. I just lost a camera, so you can keep on pissing me off if life is being too good for you!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Normally you wouldn't be so mad over a little joke like this. Are you making a fuss now because your Arcanist friends got your back?
Okay.
Jason, Jennifer's trying to finish a project. You shouldn't be mean to her. And Jennifer, please don't get into a fight with him. Isn't he your friend?
And back her up, man.
I thought friends won't say hurtful words to each other. I don't understand. Is this the way people make friends in the outside world?
Her words of mediation seem only inadequate and useless in front of Blondie's anger. The young girl jumps onto her classmate like a furious cat. She pulls Jason's hair and ears, yelling in rage.
I will knock off every tooth in your mouth and give them away to that crazy teeth collector! Only in this way can your empty head remember how much I hate being called an Arcanist!
Angry scratches appear on the man's face, and he seems equally mad.
But you are always an Arcanist. Although you've tried every means to be a human, it won't change your identity.
The Foundation's investigator does not plan to stand inside and watch.
However much you despise us, many brilliant playwrights are Arcanists.
Mr. Horpedia, please stop making this worse.
Exactly. Shut your mouth.
You jerk!
Oh boy.
Quiet.
Yes, ma'am. As Tooth Fairy knocks on the table with her glass jar, the sparkling creatures inside are frightened and start to hit the jar.
If you don't shut up now, I will shut you all up forever.
And those little fairies are deadly.
Miss Anne has a point. This is not how friends get along. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not here to fight. We need to cooperate. I don't expect you to love each other, but no more fights. I don't care whether you are Arcanist or human.
Now sit back on the sofa, everyone.
I'm sorry, Miss Tooth Fairy.
I'm sorry too. I should have stopped them.
The young people sit back on the couch. There is a strange, uncomfortable silence in the room.
Blonnie, is Anne also recruited as an actress? She is not as energetic as your classmates.
No, she isn't. She's a local villager. We met by the edge of the woods. As well as Rod, the one that plays the butcher. That's everyone in my crew. Now, if your curiosity has been well satisfied, leave! I need a break.
Freddy, who is hiding in the corner, suddenly talks to Blondie in a low voice.
Sorry to interrupt you when you're not in a good mood. Actually, Rod didn't come here. He's hospitalized. Do you remember?
Okay, you sound totally different from when you were acting in the movie. And she did say that he was in arts and literature. So he's a nerd.
He's not here? Then who played the butcher?
Isn't he another actor you hired? Together with Anne in the town near the woods?
Oh no. It's an actual killer among us.
No. I've never looked for any other actors. The only new actor I hired is Anne, because she looks almost like a twin to Anna, and Anna is absent because of her stomach flu. Oh, wait. Right. Anna is in hospital because of her stomach flu, which was a result of that toad bark stew she had with Rod. So, Rod was not in the car with us when we left.
Holy Mother of God.
They brought in a natural killer.
That is... We've been with a butcher whose identity is unknown to all of us.
And the lights are off. Oh, ow.
Jennifer, don't worry. I will protect you.
That's right, protect her.
How is this possible? When did this place get so dark? What time is it now? Hey, Freddy, stop whining and take a look at the clock.
Okay. Afternoon. 1 p.m.
Outside the window, there is a midnight darkness. Nobody notices when the sun is gone. Freddy looks up. His lips are shaking. His face turns pale and twists strangely.
Is that No, that butcher is going to slaughter us. He is truly a cold-blooded murderer.
Don't freak out, Freddy. A murderer is not someone you frequently meet. We're not shooting a horror movie.
Well, you guys just were.
Actually, you are.
Exactly. That's what I said.
A giant monster? A fake friend of yours? A sudden nightfall? Anything here not like a horror movie?
Darren, aren't you being paranoid enough? Do you want the situation to get messier? You, sit down. I will go check the electrical panel and fix it. It will bring back the light and restore your sanity.
Uh-oh, don't. You're gonna be the first victim, I can tell you that. If you're gonna go outside and fix the fuse box outside in that kind of weather, you're destined to die first in a horror movie.
Negative from me. Those who remain alone in a horror movie never end up safe and sound. If the butcher is really lingering outside the door, you will be his first blood.
First blood.
Although you are rude, impolite, and suspected of ancestry discrimination, I suggest you to take someone with you for the sake of your safety.
Oh, back off, you troll!
Jason walks out of the cabin in anger. Wooden doors forcibly shut behind him. The rest of them look at each other. Suddenly, Horapia gasps and rubs his shoulder. His aching due to the push just now.
He really didn't do that on purpose, did he?
What on purpose?
He said and did all the things you shouldn't be doing. We are in a horror movie. His actions are like taking some sleeping pills, putting the noose around his neck, and shooting himself in the head.
Okay. Now, I never tried... Actually, you know what? I could play the cutscenes only, maybe. Should I just play the cutscenes only? I don't know. I can't play the the dialogue here, but I can play this. Oh, finally, we got an inside forum. No one talks while waiting for Jason. They lower their heads, hoping the torturous waiting would end soon.
It has been 7 minutes and 25 seconds since our bro the Brave took the one-man mission. I have never fixed a panel before. Can anyone tell me if it's normal to take this long?
From my experience in human society, it is not too long. If the device has been drastically destroyed, or the maintenance man is not familiar with that model, it will take a longer time to fix. This is not unusual.
We need to go outside to find him. We are not in the human society. Aside from the butcher, he might confront some other troubles. Zenetto, you stay here with Miss Tooth Fairy. I will go find Jason with Horripedia. No matter if we find him or not, we'll come back in 5 minutes.
What if you don't?
Then it means we are not in the kind of horror movie where misfortune only happens to lone wolves. If we don't come back, please evacuate the whole campsite and contact rescue.
Jason? Yeah, it's Jason! He fixed the lights!
The lights ease their anxiety and fear. Michael stands up from the couch with a hint of hope. He looks at the door with joy, hoping to see Jason walking in from there with open arms and mocking them for chickening. But the wait goes on, and on, and on.
I can't stand it! This place sucks! I can't stay here for another second! Pack your bags. We're done with that film! Everybody get into the car with me! Let's go!
Relax, man. Firstly, Lone Wolf disappears. Next, it will be the people who failed to escape. Now we must stick together.
At least the rain was the origin of all these weird things. You shouldn't have walked into it.
I remember the weather forecast said there won't be any rain in this area today. Like the story of Xeno Youth Force. We are in real danger now.
Xeno? Xeno Armaments Engineering and Technology Academy?
You know it? Are there anecdotes about Xeno in the town as well?
They used to live here, in this cabin.
Enough! Stop! And stay away from those weirdos! We're leaving!
Why does this voice sounds familiar to me, to be honest? I don't know.
Michael, we should listen to Ferdinand and her friends and stay... Ah!
Oh, damn.
If Rod can be fake, this whole campsite can also be an entire illusion! You guys look normal, just like any ordinary people whom we would possibly run into in a place like this. But then you will infiltrate.
Please calm down. We've only been trying to help.
He's lost it. Aya!
I won't be deceived anymore! I will shoot you! Stay away from me!
Great acting. Also, where the hell did you get a revolver? One hand holding the gun, the other seizing Anne in his arm. Michael takes a few steps back to reach the door. Oh, hell no, he's taking her hostage.
Jason is right! Arcanists are all insane! I won't let you get into my car! You guys stay here and wait for the butcher to get you out!
You may call Arcanists insane, but what you're doing is more insane. He storms out into the rain with Anne.
Damn it! How dare you leave without me!
Blondie, wait! We can't let them leave like this. Hurry up!
As time passes, Sonetto can feel the rain soaking her clothes. She wipes the water off her face and looks around.
This is not good. It's too dark out here. Hardly visible. Michael must have driven out of here. But how did Blondie disappear in the blink of an eye?
To the south. The skid marks and footprints all point to the south. Here are the claw marks of the critter. They might be in danger. We need to hurry up.
Over here, I found her.
And of course, that critter is back.
Oh. Blondie, please stay still. We're coming for you.
Miss Tooth Fairy and Horopedia, please follow them. Sonetto and I will handle this.
Be careful. This critter is very malicious. Use this if needed.
She throws the glittering glass jar to her friends and runs into the forest with Horopedia.
The rain has healed its wounds. It's getting stronger and harder to deal with. May the peace be with us.
Alright. I guess I'll show you this real quick.
Hello there.
And of course, we're an even match here. I think.
I can hear your face.
Nope, never mind.
Let's do this.
Alright, before that, take a listen to the battleground music. Now that's the kind of music I kind of like in a fight.
That's the direction. Focused. Not lightning.
Oh my god. Look at that. It's a cat inside a giant cat. Look at that. Is that gross or not?
I can hear it. Ice flood. The flood is here. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. What a I can hear. That's the direction. Soffoca il sangue. Soffoca il sangue.
I remember it's called Lending a Hand.
Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, in this event here, when you do these missions here, you have to do, let's say, cabin repair, storage search, bulletin sorting, and lay a trap. Now, laying a trap lets you have some buffs or debuffs, like you gain Moxie, or you gain a health point to times 30 for 3 rounds, or you upgrade when you begin a battle. Your abilities upgrade a bit. This one, however, if you level it up by gaining these woods, and when you're doing, I guess, tasks or stories left unfinished, you can use that to upgrade each of these. Like this one just gives you critical damage, and the maximum is always level 5. This one gives you a critical rate as well, so yeah, funny. Was it HP up here? Yeah, you gain HP here. Alright, I think I'm gonna stay silent for this one.
Oh. My head everywhere hurts. Did I get pulled into pieces or... pieces.
Lonnie, you're awake. I have just given you first aid for the wounds. For now, we will have to wait for Miss Tooth Fairy to administrate a thorough treatment when she comes back. Don't worry, she's very professional and skillful. You won't feel any pain in the process.
Am I in the cabin? Then I'm not dead. Good, I'm not dead.
You are safe. The critter is gone. Don't worry. Follow me. Take a deep breath. Hold my hand. Another deep breath. Do you feel better now?
Thank you. I feel much better now.
Oh, Anne! Where is she? Did she get hurt?
We didn't find her in the woods. Wasn't she in Michael's car?
No, she wasn't. She jumped off. She saw me being attacked by the critter and jumped out from the side window. Oh no! The butcher! He must have taken Anne, must be with him. I saw him too. He was walking towards her.
Just like what would happen in a horror movie.
It's okay. Here, take my hand. We know where she is now. This is good. We will get her back safe and sound.
Okay. I understand.
Miss Tooth Fairy, you're back. Where is Michael?
I hope dead.
They have gone. We are not able to catch up and intercept their car. It crashed on the edge of the woods in front of us.
Crashed on the edge of the woods? What do you mean?
I don't know either. The car was about to rush out of the woods, and then we heard a huge crushing sound. The front section was squeezed together, and the rear wheels were lifted in the air. And there was an explosion. Looks like the car was crashing into an invisible wall.
Right. The barrier, I think. We're having a cabin in the woods moment right here. The man hit a barrier. An invisible one is at that.
It happened right in front of us. Too quick and too astonishing. We got to the car. The fire caused by the explosion was being extinguished by the rain. We found no one but this key.
Is it yours, Blonnie?
No, never seen it before. I always have some decorations or a doll attached to the keychain. This one is rusty and too plain. It smells weird too, like dirt.
Anything special?
No, neither mark nor labels. We didn't find anything to match it in the car.
First the lone wolf, then the people who failed to escape. Things are getting too complicated, but there's one thing that I am certain of. We are now caught in a dangerously and classically plotted horror movie.
Oh, God. After taking a break, they light a fire to warm the space.
That means Anne jumped off the car in order to save Blonnie from the critter's attack. Then she got lost. According to Blonnie, the last thing she saw was the approaching butcher from the woods.
She's in great danger. We must act swiftly to save her. Also, we need to turn this cabin into a security base for the upcoming battles. Horropedia and I will rescue Anne. He's a horror movie expert, and it will be of great help. In the meantime, You and Sonetto stay here to take care of Blonnie and to secure this room.
I will take good care of her.
The group splits into two halves. The one staying in the cabin starts to work.
Ow! This hurts!
Please bear with me for a minute. The wounds caused by critters are prone to tetanus. I need to thoroughly sterilize them.
How about some painkillers? Give me some!
I'm very sorry. I don't have any with me.
Didn't you say your treatment wouldn't be painful?
I'm terribly sorry for what you're going through, but this is not the typical kind of treatment that we used to receive from her.
How did she do it then?
She would... She would ask us to take the tooth fairies. That is, those golden elves in the glass jar. They're effective in treating toothache and other oral diseases, but also can be used to reduce inflammation, stimulates wound healing, and relieve headaches.
You mean to eat this?
It sounds so weird, eating tooth fairies.
Yes. And it actually tastes pretty nice. Like mint and flavored dried plum. It just looks a bit unconventional.
You would go as far as to eat this shit?
Please, stretch your legs. I need to sterilize the inner thighs.
Ow! Okay, fine. I will take that. Bring me the little elflings.
Sorry, Blunny. You can't eat tooth fairies as a treatment.
Why can't I? Of course I can. I will just put it in my mouth and swallow it with my eyes closed.
This is not about you. It is my own rule of treatment. I have specific treatments for humans and Arcanists correspondingly. Through our contacts so far, I got to know that you don't consider yourself as an Arcanist, and that's why I will not treat you as one.
Are you upset about what I said? I owe you an apology. I shouldn't have been rude to Arcanists in front of you. I know it hurt your feelings. I was not myself. I chose to live amongst humans, chose to be their friends, to be a different Arcanist. I thought in this way I would be taken in as one of them. But as you see, when things come to a critical moment, they run away without me. It was my car that they drove to escape, and yet they called me a freak and left me here to die. Funny, isn't it?
Sad story. I feel sorry for you. But still, you can't take the tooth fairies.
Is this a punishment for what I have done?
I can't feed you the tooth fairies, only because you still think you are human. You don't recognize the behavior of your human classmates, but still want to be on this side, and be one of them.
Okay.
The wounds are packed.
Already? I didn't feel a thing.
I've applied carbuncle growth promoter. It will paralyze, sedate, and accelerate your cell regeneration. Your wounds will close up in 30 minutes.
Isn't that a medicine for Arcanists?
It is a prescription approved by the medicine examination supervised by Campbell. In this case, it doesn't violate my rule.
You could have applied this earlier and spared me the pain.
I don't rely on painkillers. I am an excellent doctor. Minimizing patients' pain is of course my forte. When kids can't suppress their pain, I normally sing for them to ease their pain.
You didn't sing for me. Was it because you didn't want to?
Maybe. I confess, what you did and said at first was really annoying. Arcanists and humans always act as if they were of one merged entity, but we all know how lines have been drawn between their own people and the others. You grew up among humans, and you learned to look away from the truth as they did. Oh, but you do react better to the medicine for Arcanists. Your blood is bringing you a good outcome. Look. In another half an hour, your wounds will be fully recovered. By then, you will be able to jump and run freely, as if you were never hurt. However you feel about your ancestry, it is helping you out.
My wounds. A good outcome.
Alright, Blondie, shocked by what she heard, watches Tooth Fairy wrapping up her devices and walking towards the stairs. But I wonder what Blondie's abilities are. To be honest, I did get her as a character, but unfortunately, yeah, my headset's not working again.
Miss Tooth Fairy, please wait. If what Mr. Horrorpedia has said is true, it's dangerous for us to split up. The three of us should stay together.
It will take another 25 minutes for her legs to fully recover. If the situation were to develop based on the rules of horror movies, at this stage, I am safe. Don't worry about me.
I see. Have you also done a lot of research about this genre?
Not a lot. I just browsed the secret notebook left by Horrorpedia in the infirmary. I covered him from the instructors to keep his notebook. Since then, we became friends.
Keep things from the instructors? Did you do this a lot?
Not really. The rules were extremely strict. Except for Horrorpedia, I only had Vertin as a frequent guest. She pretended that she got a stomachache, lying in bed for half a class. She took many toffees when she left.
Timekeeper faked her illness? Ah, and that also explains her toffees.
You didn't know that? It seems I need to apologize to Vertin for letting out her secret. But thank goodness you are on her side now. Our negligence didn't cause much damage.
That's cute.
The last girl normally has 2 categories. Anna's the exemplar of the first kind. Pure, innocent, and mild like a virgin. The second kind is those cool girls. More condescending, erudite, and sophisticated.
So, Blondie and Anne are possible candidates for the last girl. Also, the word virgin. That's blanked out as well.
This category can easily tackle any difficulties and make sensible choices, like our Miss Tooth Fairy.
They are all good girls, approved by society. Therefore, people reward them with the privilege to survive.
The Critter's Claw and the Butcher's Cleaver will never hurt them or kill them.
So what do you mean?
I mean, please don't worry. Anne will be fine. She is safe. She is particularly safe before we die. But if we lose her, the probability of our death will go up, 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 and up.
Very comforting. Wait, The carcass of the giant critter is missing.
Maybe it's not totally dead and has crawled back to its den?
It was dead. I've checked and there was no way it could survive. Here in the mud, it's the fur... Oh, also, what's this?
Oh yeah, by the way, throughout the event, when you do complete some of the quests, you'll find notes.
A note? That's weird. Hey, look! It's the butcher's footprints!
Let's follow it.
The footprints disappear. The soil here is less moisturized than the outside, so the footprints are barely left.
This smell. I think I've smelt this before. The key. This is the smell of the key. The moss here is definitely special. We need to take some samples back for Miss Tooth Fairy.
Burton? Is that you?
It's Anne's voice. She must be here. Anne, can you hear me?
I'm here! I'm like... below you!
Below?
A hidden entrance greets Furton as she splits in the bushes and the weeds and mosses aside. This is where Anne's voice is coming out.
The pit is deliberately dug. The soil here is dry and granular. This was originally a cave. She is hidden inside.
Yeah, good job. Orpedia rubs the soil with 2 fingers to take out the white moss inside and puts it in a sample bag.
I see you. Stay strong and take my hands. I will pull you out.
It's not a deep cave, as the girl up there pulls with full strength. The one down there gets out. They both fall to the ground.
God, thank you. I thought I would die in there. Where are the others? Are they all right? Did someone go rescue them as well?
We saved Blonnie, but didn't find any of the boys. Don't worry. We will do our utmost to find them.
Oh, this is good news. Jennifer is safe now. The butcher threw me into that pit and left. I don't know when he'd be back. Perhaps any time now. Burton, we have to get out of here now.
The hunter is good at approaching his prey in silence. The sound of heavy breathing suddenly comes from behind, like that in many other horror stories. With the knife close to their neck, the girl can't help but tremble in fear.
Just as the classic plot goes, this is the right timing. Step back. He can't kill you, but he might hurt you.
No, I will fight along this time. I can't be a burden to you now.
Right. Oh yeah, this was during the fight as well.
Run! Run away from him! Don't let him catch you!
I'm doing this all auto. Like a miracle, a branch strikes the knife forcefully, but it bounces off the butcher's big hand and falls a few meters away.
No, I won't allow it!
Get him, man! A scream squeezes its way out of the young girl's throat. They start charging towards the knife at the same time. Both of them stretch their arms and reach for the knife. Anne reaches for the knife first, followed by the clumsy butcher. In an instant, she jumps up and pins him to the ground. Stabs him. A gust of moist, hot air blows off like a stream. Sweat flows down her spine, despite the coldness at night. The relief after the extreme tension makes the young girl shiver ceaselessly. The towering body under her shrinks like a balloon, quickly losing its air and blending in with the soil.
You can let go of me, Anne. It's over. He disappeared.
Oh, right. I know.
Yeah, you defeated him. Like a marvelous miracle.
Wow. A miracle. The brave heart and the miserable death of the crazy criminal killed by his own weapon. This is the last girl.
Also, if you guys were interested in seeing this fight, let's go ahead and get into this.
Hey, hello there.
Right. This was supposed to fight. That's supposed to be what the fight was like during the middle of the cutscene.
I can hear the clashing of
Serious. Stay focused. Stop it. It is here. I can hear it. You're right.
Mon officier n'est pas un capitaine d'excellence.
How rude.
That's the direction.
Focused. Not lightning.
We've done a good job. Now, may I have a hand towel?
Alright. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
A warehouse filled with bizarre little items. Puppets, a Ouija board, audio tapes, a diary, and a ring box. To my forever love, Victoria, here lies my lifelong secret. In the summer of 1973, I took the life of a young lady. Huh. Sounds like an intriguing story. Those kids will love it.
You sure about that?
The pity is, I find no teeth here.
Good. That'd make another trap. The cabin is more safely secured now. Now, take these boards to the east side of the house. We need to have that direction covered as well.
Damn it! What are you? Did you really draw this amount of strength and energy from this thin body?
You really gotta exercise more.
This is nothing compared to the training I received in the Foundation. Bonnie, it is okay to rest on the chair over there if you're feeling fatigued. Leave this to me.
Ladies, I found something in the attic. I brought them here. Burton?
Timekeeper!
It's Anne! She's safe! Good. What's that behind her? I didn't know there's still an army stationing here.
There's something wrong.
No, that's a cluster of monsters. Well, you can also call it an army.
Awesome! How are we supposed to deal with them? We are so dead.
I can't run any further.
Good. They've set traps in front of the cabin. Sonetto!
Activate the trap. Prepare to engage.
I don't like to resort to violence, but acts are just like real diamonds. Glad to be of service, my lady.
Perfect shot!
Just as I know. Intriguing, isn't it?
Tooth for a tooth.
Right.
Just like real diamonds.
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Resistance is futile. Glad to be of service, my lady.
Right! Shiny, shiny arrows!
Watch my clothes. Sadly, these are counterfeit. Time intriguing, isn't it? Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you.
Enemy attack! Enemy attack!
Just like real diamonds. Watch my clothes. Rather intriguing, isn't it? Sadly, these are counterfeit. Just as I know.
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Whoa! Enemy attack! Enemy attack!
Rather intriguing, isn't it?
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins in full.
Just like real diamonds. Just as I know. Time to wake up. Glad to be of service, my lady. Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you.
You offered us the best odds. We have the last girl.
Please don't say that. I'm not that good. It was pure luck.
It was not just pure luck.
No, you are awesome. You struck away a knife with a branch and took the murderer's life with his own weapon.
Uh-oh. Is she lecking?
I can't be wrong with your part to play here. You are the last girl. I should have noticed this earlier. You are gentle, simple, and kind-hearted enough to put yourself in danger to save others. No one is more suitable for this role than you. This is your part. Good, good. From now on, I will stay right next to you because where you are is always going to be the safe place.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be hinting something or not, but you do you.
Jennifer?
Blondie, I need to remind you that the character who relies on others always leads to a miserable end.
Get lost. Have you ever wondered why people dislike you? Anne, promise me you will keep me safe with this special power of yours.
This is good. Blondie seems to be more relaxed now. She smiles a lot more as well.
She's changing. Not bad.
Miss Tooth Fairy, please take a look at this.
A piece of moss, with mud and a sour and earthy smell. It smells the same as the key. I found this smell in their car, as well as on the sofa in the cabin. Where did you get this?
There's a special area near the woods, where the temperature and humidity levels are higher, so mosses are ubiquitous.
Any signs of artificial cultivation?
I'm not sure. This place has been deserted for so long. We haven't found any trace of human activities.
After examining the moss and thinking in silence, Tooth Fairy nods confirmedly.
This is a potion. Like most moss-made potions, it paralyzes the central neural system of humans. The subject will become impulsive, confused, and mad. They permeated the whole campsite with the rain, taking away the sanity from Jason, Freddy, and Michael, like what would happen in a horror movie.
No surprise. Ordinary people would never behave as foolish as the main characters in a horror movie. It said that a similar smell was also found on the Xeno Youth Force. Were they controlled by the moss here?
Yes, the changes of personality can be one of the effects of the moss.
So the moss not only affects humans, it also works on Arcanists. What about us? Why haven't we been affected?
That is a good question.
Time. It takes time. Humans perceive the world through the use of reason. They are the creature of logic and senses. However, they soon lose their sanity when they meet insanity. Arcanists are not the same. We were born with chaotic, mixed emotions. Our innate sensitivity to feelings and potion resistance are stronger. The Xeno Youth Force stayed here for an adequately long period to be contaminated. It will also affect us when the time comes.
Perhaps we have lost our minds without realizing it.
Let me read that again. So, Horpedia puts both hands behind his head and sinks into the sofa, but soon he sits up straight again and approaches the table eagerly.
Ooh, what are these? They look appealing. Why hasn't anyone told me about them?
I found them in the attic. These tiny and exquisite items have a lot to dig into. Pity. I still haven't found a tooth.
Look, they're trying to solve the problem, yet we can do nothing but fiddle around. Maybe I should have worked harder in college, so that I can at least understand a thing or two from the conversations.
Don't worry, Jennifer. I don't understand any of what they said either. You are not alone. I'm here with you.
I'm not like you. You literally don't know anything. I remember when we first met, you asked if everything I had on me. You grew up here, in a small town in the middle of nowhere. It is only normal that you don't know anything about the outside world. But I'm different. I've been to big cities, I've gone to college, I've read books, I've pretended to be well adapted to this lifestyle. But in fact, I'm still ignorant, knowing nothing but empty pleasures. My hair color gives away who I am. I'm a silly blondie.
Don't speak of yourself like this, Jennifer.
Aww.
You're not silly. You're smart. You make your own movie with the script you wrote by yourself. You're pretty and kind, and you're the best person I've ever known. Please don't hate yourself.
Sweet.
Fine, I get it. But can you let go of my hand first? You're hurting me a bit.
Oh, sorry. Are you going to be okay? Shall I get you some ointment for these red areas on your hand?
You're funny. I'm not some glass doll that breaks for being held too tightly. You were great fun.
You're smiling. Did I make you happy? This is good.
Don't you find me weird? My attitude changes so rapidly. I've been mean to you for a long time, and all of a sudden I start to follow you around and try to use you to survive from this.
Weird? What's so bad about that? Even if you're weird, it's a good kind of weird. I like you. Staying by my side.
Even if I'm a benefit-driven fence sitter who immediately embraced Arcanists after being ditched by my human friends?
Jason and Michael shouldn't hate you if they knew you better.
You seem to really like me. You would jump off the car to rescue me. You protect me, praise me. You would even be happy because I was happy.
Because I've never seen anyone as pretty as you are. You're special. You're different to the rest of us.
Oh, stop. I'll not be embarrassed for these nice things you said about me. I've heard enough of them throughout my entire life. Listen, I'm very sorry for mistreating you, and I'm grateful that you came to save me. I will reward you with a secret. My secret. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely. I'd love to.
In fact, I don't hate horror movies.
This is the diary I found in the attic. There were many other things, like a full warehouse.
I actually liked them a lot when I was a kid. I spent most of my time here, in Green Lake Campsite, writing my own horror movie scripts on paper.
The handwriting is pretty childish, so the writer might be around 8 to 13 years old. Some of the narratives are straightforward, but the story itself is very creative.
But later, we moved to another town. My parents earned great success in business, and we moved into a high-profile community where only humans are allowed. We were also given privileges that Arcanists cannot enjoy. It was then I realized nobody wants me to be an Arcanist.
It was since that day the diary stopped updating. It might be forgotten or taken away. The story ended there.
That's why I decided to break off my connections with Arcanists and stop showing interest in emotive things like horror movies in order to hide the Arcanist side of me. I took out my energy on other things which may ease my mind, like soap operas, new clothes, fashions. People like me this way. They said this is what I'm supposed to do. They believed I'm a dumb bimbo, believed that I hate books. I led a life they want me to have, till I graduated from high school.
I don't like these people. You shouldn't have been put through this. You are the smartest person I've ever known. If one day I run into them, I will pull their noses and mouths off. Like this.
Childish.
A wonderful idea. I wish I was as creative as you are. So, in the end, I attacked one of the jerks who didn't watch his mouth at the prom. I I slapped him in the face and smashed 4 sandwiches and a salad on his head. Then, feeling resentful for what had happened, I applied for a degree in filmmaking, a course which was considered to be ill-fitted to me, and next I start shooting horror movies for an assignment I have to finish. Deep down inside, I think I have never really given them up. I've probably never stopped loving them.
Keep on shooting. I will buy you a new camera.
Hello? Have you been eavesdropping? Where's your
Mira.
manners?
Actually, I heard them all as well.
So did I.
We are in the same room. You can talk, we can hear, and the air helps. That's it.
Well, we are all here, paying attention to your voices. We heard everything you just said. I think this is yours. Now I should hand it back to you.
Where did you find it? I haven't seen this for a really long time. I used to do some Arcanist tricks with it, but I have lost control over my power since I threw it into the Aren't you guys cold? How come it's so
Like something's
chilly?
happening.
That ring. Wasn't it on my finger a minute ago?
Watch out. Something is approaching.
How many more dead men were buried here? I've had enough. Can't we just get rid of that dead woman?
God, I knew it. Also, look at that design. Nice.
She's approaching. This is a good chance to... Ugh. She smells like a skunk in the sewer.
Blondie! The ghost bride took her down. We need to help her. Not good. The critters are coming around again.
I do.
Hey, Blondie! If you want to survive, leave that ring alone!
Hell, you think I wanted this? This crazy woman ghost put it on me! Get off! Get off!
Damn! Her whimper can summon more critters! They are going out from the ground!
Alright, shaking her head, Tooth Fairy walks to the center of the monsters. She is surrounded by a sparkling powder.
What they need is a song.
This is Miss Tooth Fairy singing. Miss Tooth Fairy, behind you!
What the hell?
Jeez, what on earth is that?
What is it, Ethan? Of course! A good surprise! I didn't know I was a talented driver.
Also, when I did this cutscene, there was a problem with it. It kept on echoing, and I have no idea why, so I tweaked it, and it still doesn't solve it, so you're gonna have to stick with that echo for now, when the cutscene's out. Also, look at this. It's a car with teeth.
Once we get out of here, I'm gonna get myself a driver's license.
Within 30 seconds, you crashed over every critter in our sight. I don't think you were qualified to be a driver. No, that's not the point. Where did you get the car?
Pink lines. This is drawn with an oil paint pen. This is her arcane skill. Your arcane skill restored pretty fast. Seems like you've accepted your identity.
Maybe that, or maybe because I retrieved this diary. I feel something has changed inside me, making me a bit hyped.
A good try. Please keep up with the feeling.
That song you just sang, can I take it as a gift?
You mean?
Well, you still owe me a song. Please, I want a song from you.
Sure, take it as a gift. For making progress in life, and for your courage to embrace who you truly are.
Thanks. This is my handkerchief. Take it, wipe your face. Ah!
Did you just get a bit woozy from putting up a big scene to the rescue?
I didn't.
Okay, yeah,
What are you doing?
I know the rules of social courtesy. You just saved my life, so I won't embarrass you by telling others you just overestimated your ability. If you're willing to take advice from me, I would say don't overburden yourself.
May the flow take their souls to the sea in the north. It is here. That's the direction.
Serious. Stay focused.
Ice blood.
Look your face. Stop lightning.
Stop it! Stop it! I can hear it.
These fucking lights. Oh, this lens. No! Stop lightning. Just like the fucking lights.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all.
There's a note hidden inside, just like the one found in the butcher's corpse.
Someone is passing messages to us through these notes. If we defeat more monsters, we will get a clearer picture of what's happened at Green Lake Campsite.
This is the all-time favorite trick of the plotter. He takes the whole situation under control, playfully teases the innocent participants like us, through which he gains a special sense of fulfillment. But we have our means to cope with it. The ring brought us a putrefied ghost bride. Then we got the book, the pill box, the weird samples. Every item from the attic comes from a monster we just confronted. Touching the forbidden and the misfortune will befall you. We can find stories of this kind in many civilizations. But what if we use it to fight back?
Not to wait for the monsters, but summon them to us.
Exactly! If you want, we can select which ones to summon first. If you carefully look into each of these, you will find that these items have a lot to tell us. If we plan their arrivals and predict their weaknesses in advance, victory will absolutely be ours.
A risky strategy, but could be equally beneficial. However we decide to do this, it's always better to take action before our enemy does.
Horrorpedia, how likely is it for you to get their weaknesses right?
Almost 100%. If one Horrorpedia is not enough, we have one more creative Miss Horrorpedia here as backup.
You can't be talking about me.
Of course you. You're erudite and experienced in horror movies. Relax. You deserve the title of Horrorpedia.
Does he always vex people like this? Or is he just being annoying here?
Mr. Horrorpedia is not a bad person. He's just a bit unconventional.
There's no doubt this is the craziest carnival ever. The delirious fog, the attic filled with curses, the rainy night and the countless monsters. I praise you, my beloved cabin in the woods!
Good. This should be the last note.
Burton, these are all the notes we can find in the backyard. I just checked on Jennifer and Sonetto. They're still looking for more, but this shouldn't take them much longer.
Thank you for your update.
Except that... Burton, can I ask you a question?
Sure, please.
Do you have any wishes? Big ones, small ones, hilarious ones, or sincere ones? Any wishes?
Me? I think... I currently don't have any wishes.
Not even for the most trivial things? Like candies, a good rest, or a soft bed?
No, she's acting strange when she's asking all these questions here.
My life is good enough without them. You look pretty shocked. Have they all told you what they want?
Yes. Jennifer wants a soft bed and a hot tub. Mr. Horrorpedia wants a cup of coffee or a gum. Miss Tooth Fairy wants a collection of critter teeth. And Sonetto.
Yeah?
She wants a toffee. She said she wants to taste it properly this time, for she has never really paid attention to the flavor.
Once we get out of here, their wishes will soon come true. How about you, Anne? What do you wish to get?
Me. It is a secret. I can't tell you now. But I will get you some presents. I don't have many friends, and I really like you.
Great! Timekeeper and Anne, you're here! We have found every piece of information we can. We can start cross-examining them any minute.
I get it. Let's go back.
Have you noticed?
Noticed what?
That the rain has stopped.
Okay, so unfortunately, in this kind of point here, there's also a feature when you're going through the story here. You'll find, I guess, bosses or anything, this note collection. And as you can already see, it's already solved here. Like, as soon as you go through the levels of the event, you'll find notes and pieces of notes from everywhere. Even from after the boss fight, they'll drop notes. And they'll unlock pages and pages and pages. And at this point, probably at number 13 or 14, I believe. Yeah, 14 or 13 right here. They'll cross-examine everything when they read anything. Mark things out and anything from each page, like the Burly Bill, the Plush Apocalypse, or even the Silver Ring. So, the unique features were the giant critter, the hunter, or the bride. And they make notes here and there, and they all have some things in common, as you can see in the circle. Black Friday, Unhappy Childhood, Meat Cleaver, and Traumatic Experience. Traumatic Experience was circled. Then this one likes eating candy. There's Article X, apparently. Test subject, War Conspiracy. Yeah, the slip of note can be found in, well, anywhere to be honest. Then something as white as snow, and underwater, tears. How you can see how underwater was circled. Then for the bride, it can be found in the critter, the fingers of the bride after you fought her, enticed critter, the groom's chest, or the attic collection here. Searching for her beloved, the sparkling light shines, the elegy, and the white rose. Groom's 10 fingers ring. 11 fingers, rosebuds. Let's see, there's a bride hunt, an elegy in the right rose, 11 fingers, but sparkling water. So, in all common sense, they all have in common is water. Maybe. So let's go ahead and get this fight done to let you see how it looks.
I bet you this sneezing critter specimen has been standing here for over 100 years. Ew! It's just like... Like what?
Yeah, I forgot that you could play most of these stories and they have dialogues.
Oh, never mind. My dad had a business partner, an old money, you know, who had a real wonder room in his mansion. I was 7 back then. His son wanted to show me his so-called masculinity and took me to see his great-grandpa's collection. He thought I would be screaming when I saw the freaky two-headed snake specimen, but he didn't know that I was a freak myself.
We are the people who live between the world of humans and Arcanists. These things happen. I can imagine that.
Anyway, at least I got to point out that his teeth were chattering and that made him cry. That was fun. Totally worth the scolding from my father. Think of it that way. It's not that bad to be a freak. Who knows? Maybe.
I'm glad you say so. Watch out. They're coming.
Just like real diamonds. Glad to be of service, my lady.
Feel his pain and know
Just
its
as I
regret.
know. Intriguing, isn't it?
I get it completely!
Sadly, these are counterfeits.
Perfect shot!
Glad to be of service. Intriguing, isn't it?
Shiny arrows!
Sadly, these are counterfeits.
Put that aside. Tell us the story you wrote about that specimen. You must have written one about it, right?
I would like to hear it too. I'm sure it will be interesting.
Seriously? It's written by a 7-year-old girl. Maybe someday I'll make it a film. Those losers who want to brag about their masculinity in front of girls will wet their pants in the theater. Before that, someone get that note out of those things. For the record, I won't lay a single finger on it.
Watch your fingers, Miss Burton. A rusted knife is even more dangerous.
Thanks for noticing, Miss Tooth Fairy. If this thing has something to do with the Butcher, we may predict his weakness through it.
You're getting better and better at this, Burton. A simple logical deduction plus some movie knowledge. Bang!
Time to wake up. Glad to be of service, my lady. Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you.
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins in full.
Just like real diamond. Damn it! Intriguing, isn't it? Sadly, these are counterfeits.
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Glad to be intriguing, isn't it? Just like real diamond.
Feeleth pain and knoweth regret.
Oh, my dear GS003 Silver Bullet, I will give you a kiss. By the way, did I mention that it actually doesn't include any silver? I barely had any chance to test it. You know, no field missions, let alone a real spiritual body to be my lab rat. I could only analyze their information, predict their action patterns, and ask for a little help from Laplace. Look how my bullets penetrate those ghost critters' heads just now.
You do know that nobody gives a rat's ass about your bang-bang ghost shooting lecture, right?
Oh, ho, ho, I love her.
After watching a film, haven't you had that what if I were the heroine fantasy? Hey, be honest with yourself. You know you love them. Here, Burton, another note. Take it.
The zombie bridegrooms. We've dealt with them.
And their stinky smell. One more time? I've had enough.
Be patient, Blondie. You can always run over them with your vehicle.
We're getting closer to the truth. Spare less, everyone. I don't want to bring my medical kits out at this moment.
Glad to be of service, my lady. Just like real diamond.
Resistance is futile.
Time to wake up, gentlemen. Intriguing, isn't it? Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you. Just as I would.
Completely! Shiny arrows! Perfect shot!
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Glad to be of service, my lady.
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins in full.
Sadly, these are counterfeits. Intriguing,
A
isn't
tooth
it?
for a tooth.
Just as I would.
The words written on this love letter are smudged by rain. I wish I could read them.
It's more of an arcane gadget symbolizing a tragic love story. The only purpose is to hold a curse ritual. To fake an event record is simple, but to create a poem, I assume the one behind all these is not able to do that.
I agree, Miss Tooth Fairy. Please take this note, Timekeeper. I'm looking forward to your deduction. I will pray for you. Sorry.
That's right. This is where all the stories are leading to.
Going through the notebook in his hand, he nods with a certainty.
Huh. Jack the Drowner, the monster crying under the water, and the bride sinking into a glistening mirror. Here must be the center of all that happened. This is where the ghost stories we encountered at the campsite were created, and now they have led us here. What we need to do next is find the clues hidden here and let the clues build our story. What's wrong, Blondie?
When we arrived here, was there... Was there a lighthouse?
Huh? I think it just showed up out of nowhere, like a ghostly figure appearing behind you. A lighthouse in the lake. A lighthouse.
Is the lighthouse in the lake also a classic element in horror stories?
Well, not quite. But it can be a good place for horror stories. In the middle of a huge, gloomy lake, a lighthouse stands there like the fang in a monster's mouth. You can't find any place better than this to hide a horrifying secret.
After observing the riverbank for a while, Horpedia walks over and pulls a rope on the ground. The boat on the other end of the rope is then pulled to his side.
And there's even a boat here. You should know that a campsite horror movie couldn't exist without a little boat.
You're just not afraid of being killed, are you?
Blondie gives a shiver, rubbing the goosebumps in her arms.
What if it turns over? What if there's a lake monster? We might be putting ourselves into its mouth like serving it a plate of dessert.
To be fair, it makes no difference whether we are on the shore or in the boat. We're just cakes and different plates to it. If it does exist. If I were the lake monster, between the cake running away from me and the cake which willingly comes to me, I would give the latter one a better ending.
Blondie looks at the lighthouse and then turns towards her confident companion. At last, she relaxes and shrugs.
All right. If I have to be eaten like a cake, I prefer to be the cake that has more control over its death.
Get into the boat then. Let's head to the lighthouse.
Huh. A normal lighthouse. Not even a bloody handprint is found here. Well, I'll be damned.
Feeling disappointed, Horpedia stands straight and gives up being the sneaking adventurer.
The reality is not as sensational as the stories. Just like the permanent teeth loss can't rival the latest and most frightening curse for excitement.
This is not just an ordinary place to me. I've never seen this before. I used to come here every day, reading novels by the lake, but I've never seen a lighthouse here. It just shows up like a ghost, followed by a series of mysterious, horrific events.
Blondie shivers in fear and stays close to Anne.
Timekeeper, please come and take a look at this.
This is...
It says look inside, huh? A suitcase.
The man behind the scene is much simpler than I thought. Maybe he really is a child. Like those evil kids in the movies. Despite their evil nature, they can only perform the evil deeds through simple means. Are we really going to open it?
His arms folded. Horapia walks half a circle around the box.
We'll have to open it, according to the note.
I am saying this is obviously a curse. A lighthouse, a strange lake, a fishing net, and a wooden box. Rub it 3 times, blow and unveil it. What comes out of it is definitely not a genie offering us 3 wishes.
We have dealt with more curses in the past 2 hours than many people do in their entire life. If it is a curse, then it is a curse prepared for us.
That makes sense. Horapia thinks for a few seconds. He raises his eyebrows in approval and opens the box.
Today, I'm going to read you The Frightening Hunter. I wrote it yesterday.
Is that a puppet? Puppets. So this is Jennifer. But who is this?
Read it. Read it. This is the story of a hunter. The hunter is tall and muscly and of great frame. He can twist steel rebar with his bare hands, and no one can lift his arms up by a hair's thickness and escape from him. The hunter lives in the campsite, deep in the woods. He would slaughter every living thing that breaks into his territory. One day, a group of college students came into the forest. They enjoyed their time there, drinking and dancing. When it comes to the night, the strongest of them disappeared. Oh, where did he go? The hunter killed him! He hung the boy's head on the tree and turned to the girl with the blonde hair. Oh! She also soon breathed her last breath. The third victim is the clumsy short guy, followed by the nerdy tall guy.
Note this, that this story was written by a child. Wow.
At last, the hunter came up to our protagonist, the kind, naive girl.
That was the first story she ever told me.
Is she talking to us?
An intriguing, interesting story.
This is the story of Jessica.
How nice, you're here again. It's been a month since you last showed up here.
Just like the character we've seen in the movies, she's a kind, introvert, virtuous girl. The friends of hers took her to a beautiful campsite next to a lovely lake. This would be the perfect place for a swimsuit party.
You've grown taller. Can you get up so I can see better?
She's so innocent.
What they didn't know is that deep in the water, a defeated, evil army is in hiding.
Why are you frowning?
Countless demonic war beasts were roaring relentlessly to be unleashed, and an evil plan has been hatched. A massacre was about to take place.
What can I do to make you feel better, Jennifer?
Oh, is she sad?
Yes, a nightmare indeed.
Oh no.
Jessica ran as fast as she could, kept pushing herself to go faster and faster until her ankles could not support one more sprint and she rolled into a muddy pond.
Oh, she's getting more sadder.
The monster with dark fur and a bloody mouth was right behind her. Then...
Are you crying? Jennifer?
Aww.
Jennifer! We gotta go! Where are you?
Oh, she has to go. And this deer was probably her only friend that she'd tell stories with.
Oh no. It's Mom. I'm here! I'm here!
Yes. So you are crying, Jennifer? Oh. Aren't you taking the notebook with you? Why are you throwing it into the lake?
Oh no.
I really like this place, but I'll probably never come back here again. I gotta go.
Oh.
See you, Jessica.
And her name is Jessica,
Okay.
the deer.
See you, Jennifer.
Oh, so her name is Jessica.
That was the last story she told.
Oh.
I didn't understand what she meant by see you, for she has never actually seen me.
She's too innocent.
After that, I also haven't seen her for a long, long time. Feels like for ages. I went through every corner of the campsite and collected every item I could possibly find, making stories out of them, one after another. But who is there to tell? There's no one in the woods anymore. At first, I spent my days with my furry friends. They were my loyal listeners, and I taught them how to act and behave like the monsters in the stories. We played the stories one after another. It was great fun. But the stories got old. No exceptions. This is when those young people came into the woods, like the protagonists in our stories. They arrived with their friends, and each of them have different relationships with one another. We had a good time, but I would think about Jennifer a lot.
Aww.
When I started to believe that I will never see her again, she's back. She came back with many people who I have never met before, as well as a camera that I have never seen.
Oh, so this is when she was in college, I believe. And her classmates, I think, were experimenting with the filming.
She was here to make a movie, which is a word I used to hear a lot from her. I understand it to be kind of a story that could be stored in a box. I'm glad that she's still passionate about horror movies, like what I have been feeling in all these years. They were short of one actress, and I know what that word means. A brilliant idea came to my mind. I joined them.
Wait. Is she the girl? Was she Anne that joined with them?
I was like the monster in the stories that hides in the group. She will be so surprised when she finds out what I did.
She was the monster among them.
However, an accident happened. There were other people in the forest. Oh, misfortune. What a misfortune.
Wait a minute. This was occurred today. This is how we first met. Oh, don't tell me this deer was Anne.
Jennifer was upset. She got into a fight with a strange man. I called upon the rain, bringing these people into my story too.
Oh, wait, did she control the rain too?
They accomplished a good story.
Oh, look. Look at that car. Look at the Tooth Fairy right there. These sock puppets are practically cute.
The man who knows a lot about horror movies. The woman who is always calm. The woman who seems strange. And the woman who smells like a puppy. They are all very interesting people. I think I start to like them. They are different to the people I met before who always cried and fainted very quickly, not long after my story started. They are interesting and of great fun. So I want to tell them the truth and make friends with them. I have to let them know about this.
And this is this is where they're surrounding the suitcase and the note too. This is now.
My real name was never Anne. It's Jessica.
Here comes the echo, guys. Prepare yourselves. The truth revealed.
This is the last surprise I prepared for you. Now, enjoy.
Damn.
Anne! She jumped!
So she was Jessica. And I did say Jessica. So she was the one that created the rain, created the barrier, making all those horror things come to life in reality. That's cool.
Blondie! Watch out for the critters!
Just like real diamonds. Intriguing, isn't it? Bravo!
Pay for thy sins with thy blood.
Damn it! Glad to be of service, my lady.
I get it completely!
Sadly, these are counterfeits. Intriguing, isn't it?
Right! Shiny arrows!
Sadly, these are counterfeits. Watch my clothes. Time intriguing, isn't it? Fragrance and dazzle can easily confuse one's vision. I'm sorry for you. Sadly, these are counterfeits. Glad to be of service, my lady.
Oh, here comes the net.
Pay for thy sins with thy blood. Off thou
intriguing, isn't it?
Thou shalt make an atonement for thy sins in full.
Sadly, these are counterfeits. Glad to be of service, my lady.
Shiny arrows!
The lighthouse is sinking. Everyone move and leave now.
Anne! She was the last girl. She was our only means to survive in this horror story, and we have lost her.
Blondie, you're the last girl.
No, she was never with us.
She was the creator of this place. Blondie murmurs, staggering slowly.
I'm to blame. It's me who created such a girl in Green Lake. A girl who restrains people and treats them like toys.
Calm down, Blondie, calm down.
I can't. It's too late, Tooth Fairy. We have lost all the cards.
We still have a chance.
You don't understand. It was me who created the stories. I created that monster. I've drawn many monsters in that notebook, and with all those stories I told, I created her. I turned our last girl into the biggest villain. What should we do now? How are we gonna...
You are right. This is the story created by you. They are all created by you. It's your story, your monsters, your past, your arcane skill, and your identity as an Arcanist. They all belong to you.
Belong? To me?
The monster born in the bottom of the lake, the butcher, and the pathetic bride, they all came from you. It was you who taught Jessica how to make a story, how to create all of this. She created them all, but you endowed her with such ability. She's the creator of these, and you are the creator of the creator. This is a page in your chapter. You created it, so you should learn to accept it, control it, not fear it. Don't run away, but face it.
Blondie! Timekeeper!
So no struggles, but it doesn't matter. She gradually loses her strength due to the lack of oxygen. Then she seems to mind. This is an automatic one.
A boat? Is Blondie's?
It is a boat. She just drew it on the spot. It's a snake, ain't it? Oh my god, look at this. It's a snake with good eyelashes.
It's her arcanum. Now, she's doing her utmost to keep the ship in balance.
Damn it! I knew I shouldn't be so ostentatious. There's no way that I can have control over such a big boat. If I keep doing this for any longer, I would die of headache before making it to Aunt Jessica.
I've warned you so, haven't I? But don't worry, the reliable Horopedia will save your neck.
Using this amazing tool. Good! Hooked onto the rock!
You might feel a bit seasick. Please try not to vomit. If you fail, at least don't puke on me.
Set sail and hold tight! We are heading towards the riverbank!
It's an honor to meet you. It is here.
Fashion
Serious. Stay focused.
Prepare to be drowned.
Cradle!
Wound. Where's your legs? Say hello.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all. It is here.
That's the direction.
Serious. Stay focused.
Oh, this lens!
Touch through this.
Puść le naufragé ciąg miejsca swobody.
What a tragedy. Serious. Stay focused.
Soffoca il sangue! Soffoca il sangue!
And so the Red Sea parted to reveal the land.
Honestly, can't we just show her our sincerity and care?
To share something from the bottom of our hearts, to cure her agony caused by the antagonist's lonely childhood?
At this point, Probably.
Oh, there she is.
Just like I expected. You made it.
Even in her true form, she does look really beautiful. Anyway.
Did you enjoy the story? Oh, I didn't give you any background information in advance. But it's okay. You will see a familiar face or two. I believe you haven't forgotten them. Just like I can't forget you, Jennifer. Come with me. I've prepared you a new home. A home where you may sleep on beds made of soft moss and drink clear, cold spring water. I will get you toffees, coffee, and so many teeth in beautiful shapes. You can even have mine if you like. You will stay here with me happily ever after. Till a time even I don't know of.
Jessica, let us talk. You've been thinking of me, haven't you?
Of course I have.
You were fond of me, as well as the stories I made, aren't you?
Yes, I'm fond of you, Jennifer.
The young girl takes a deep breath and tries to show her a smile.
Do you want to make me happy?
I think so. I have made you happy once. Would you let me do it again? Do you like my story?
She's just so innocent.
Let us go then. Including Jason, Freddy, and Michael, let all of us go.
Why?
You have made a mistake. You hurt people, and that is unacceptable. This is not funny. I was to blame for misleading you. I can't let you keep on doing this.
Don't you like my story?
Yes, I like it very much. It resembles a lot of the stories I wrote when I was a kid. You must have really liked them. So much that you would remember them, as well as me, for such a long time. I will not leave you alone again. I'll come back for you.
Why not take her with you?
Every year. No, every 6 months. I'll have more time after the graduation.
Why not just take her with you? Yes, please, take her with you.
If I make a new movie, you will be my first audience, like what we used to do.
But I hate living by myself.
Aww.
I don't want to live like this anymore.
Poor girl.
I have no one to talk to. The friends I have here can do nothing but roar. I sing with them as the sun comes up, and wake up among them as the moon rises. Jennifer, you know, I used to have the same dream over and over again. A forest and a grassland, not in Green Lake, nor any places that I know of. I can hear music that I've never heard before. After we met, there was you in that dream. You'd wake up in that dream with me, giving me a wreath. In that dream, I can truly rest. But when I wake up, I found myself in Green Lake again. Do I belong here? In Green Lake campsite? Or somewhere afar? In the days when no one is here, I always hum the melody in the dream. Quietly, waiting, until my figure almost blended into the mosses. But I've waited for too long. So long that you are no longer a girl, but a woman now. I'm tired of waiting for you. I'm tired of living all by myself. I was hoping that you may like my story, that you are different from all those people who always try to run away.
The fog starts to surge, bringing a suffocating smell of grass. In the middle of the fog vortex, the dear girl approaches her target step by step, her eyes glowing green.
May the floor take their souls to the sea in the north.
It is here.
That's the direction.
I can hear it is here. Be serious. Stay focused.
Mon officier n'est pas un capitaine. Oh, Mr. Lens.
Say hello. Stop it. What's your name? Be serious. Stay focused. Say hello.
Ice flood.
Cradle.
That's the
I can
direction.
hear it. Your legs.
Look, an earth suspended river.
How rude. Be serious. Stay focused.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all. Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all.
Cradle.
Prepare to be drowned. The flood. That's the direction. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. Rivers are the scars of the earth.
Mon officier n'est pas un capitaine.
Touch me this. What a tragedy. Be serious. Stay focused.
Soffoca il sangue. Ti soffoca il sangue.
I can hear it is here. Cradle.
Wenn sie Stürme wehen den Boden.
Say hello.
Don't do this.
No, no.
Crash and that's the direction. Look, an earth suspended river. Ice flood.
Oh, Mr. Lens.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all.
Stop lightning.
The flood. That's the crash and Musluka. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided. The turbulence arrives. Пусть le naufragé течет вместе с водой.
Go, go. Go, go.
That's the direction.
Serious. Stay focused.
Ice flood.
Go, go. Cradle. Stop lightning. What a tragedy.
Oh, don't worry. I have prepared it all. I have prepared it all. Worry not. The direction of fate is decided.
Soffoca il sangue. Ti soffoca il sangue.
Come on, stand up. There's one more round.
The fog starts to gather around her. Step back. Cover your mouth and nose.
Don't breathe the fog in.
Her wounds are healing, and I sense her arcanum is getting stronger. We need to leave now, Timekeeper.
No, please don't go.
Don't leave her. Alright, Jessica's voice comes out of the fog. She is like a little girl begging her mom for a puppy.
Please stay here. I will get you the best beds, honey, and fruits. I will search for foods for you. I will take the responsibility to take care of you.
Poor girl. She really has been living alone for a long time with no one but her animal friends. Yeah, she really needs to contact the human contact. She needs someone to talk to who could talk back.
Jessica, we will not stay. Now listen to me carefully.
No, I hate living alone.
Well, come with me.
Yes, say it.
I will get you a beautiful house, much better than the one you have here. I will show you around restaurants, shopping malls, and discos. We can have fun in so many places.
Take a girl on a date.
I will also get you a room right in our house. I don't care whether my parents allow this or not.
Jennifer.
Or better yet, buy your own home so you two can live with each other.
I really want to be with you, but I don't want to leave here. I have no desire for the outside world. I will quickly reveal this true love of mine, and people will look at me as if I've done something wrong. I don't like that. I hate when my power gets weakened. I want you to stay here with me.
This is a tough decision.
If I say I could stay...
Timekeeper!
Timekeeper Furton going for the save.
Jessica, if I stay, what will you get me, except for food and shelter? What else will you get me?
Will you?
Alright, Jessica wipes the tears off her face and smiles.
If you stay, I will share my critter friends with you. Along with my cave, my keys, my little buttons, anything you want.
Sounds great. We will definitely have great fun. But Jessica, where are the people who once chose to stay here? When they stayed for long enough, after you ran out of all available games, they were no longer attractive to you, and no longer adored by you. I can stay longer than them, but with no exception. I will become boring one day. You will be alone again. Every day waking up, falling asleep, roaming in the dream alone.
No, I don't want that. I don't want to live like that anymore.
Aww.
You can lead a different life. You can embrace a diversified and meaningful life.
A diversified, meaningful life?
When you were Anne, you asked what my wishes were. Now I know the answer. I know what I want. It's you. Do you want to come with me? I will find you a good place to stay, where nobody will consider you to be weird, nor will they keep staring at you. You will see the world with us, the amazing and unique outside world.
This outside world? What else will it have?
There are a lot of people and fantastic things out there. Some people eat gold bars. Some others dance on the crocodile skin. Some people ride a rocket, dashing into the sky, and eventually fall into an unknown zero-G. Even the grassland and the anonymous music in your dream, they truly exist in the outside world. If you are willing to come with me, you will have them all.
Will you really take me to that place?
Of course.
Why would I trust you?
Because it's Verdun.
I promise, with everything I can offer.
She fulfills in her promises here, guys. And we're the main character.
Promise. I know that word. It means words that cannot be broken.
Jessica sniffs at Vernon, from forehead to jaw, again and again, like a small animal sniffing at something carefully. When she finally stops, she smiles like a happy child.
I will make your wish come true. I like you. I hope you can be my friend.
She's just too wholesome.
This is new. I haven't made a friend like you in a really long time.
Oh, look at this, guys. That is simply a good thumbnail. Maybe. The dear girl is holding a remote control. It's delicate, but very old.
What's this?
This is a gift to you. Press it. You will find out.
I see.
The gift, or the remote control, makes a beep sound. What? Is that a controller to a weather control machine? Wow. It's no longer night nor rain, it's just a sunny day. No fog. The sky brightens up. Xeno's members are coming this way. The night is over, and the fog has lifted. The horror story has reached its final act.
They're here! Hey, come here!
The medics are ready. Please, leave the injured to us.
Captain! Captain! We found the target and are now carrying out the rescue. Over.
There are no enemies here. Everyone here is a member of our squad. Please don't attack. Repeat, please don't attack.
Oh, come on. Seriously? First we persuaded her with love and care, then we presented the Deus Ex Machina. Now we're doing this? This is the worst antagonist ever. Everything is so screwed. Commentators won't write anything nice for us.
Oh, shut up, man.
Well, if it were them to write the story, characters like me would always fail to live long enough to see the end. So I don't oppose to end this peacefully, but to end it like this...
Aren't you happy? They did it, like what you said. Some emotional and comforting plots. Eventually, it shows us that love always wins.
Definitely.
Miss Tooth Fairy, that was a joke. A joke to show you my sense of humor.
I didn't find that funny. Actually, I did find it funny. A familiar figure approaches them.
Timekeeper, it's great to see that you are fine. And Mr. Horopedia, Madam Z is waiting for you in the car outside the woods. Please, come with us.
Oh shit. Looks like Horopedia is in trouble, guys. He's gonna get a scolding of his lifetime.
What? Madam Z? She's here?
You better prepare yourself.
Oh! Ah, my wounds! Ah, how painful! Medics! Where are the medics?
He's trying to sneak away from this one. Someone catch this fool.
What are these?
People from the outside world. Don't worry, they won't hurt you. You might receive some training for a period. It might be a bit boring, but I promise it won't last too long.
Are you suffering from the headache again?
Me? No, I'm not.
You shouldn't lie to a doctor.
Fine. A bit. Just a bit. Some warm water will help. I don't need those things.
Oh, love the mug.
I don't dislike your tooth fairies. It's the texture that creeps me out. I've tried multiple times. You know how it ended.
Don't worry. I have some drugs for humans. Wanna try?
By the way, I noticed that her jewelry is mostly of teeth, and there's only one golden teeth. That is another option for Arcanists who find it hard to swallow those humanoid fairies.
Oh, that's surprising. Thank you.
How about the future of those kids?
Madam C casts a glimpse at the backseat and sighs.
Are you talking about the dear girl or Joshua the troublemaker?
You can tell me one by one. It's a long trip back to the headquarters. We have plenty time to chat.
Joshua will pay for what he did. Absent from duty without permission is a severe violation of the regulations. He will face a demotion and be grounded for 3 to 5 months. Of course, I'll apply for lenience for him, but I think it won't make much difference. We don't have many means to help him. Burton might be a good choice.
You mean assigning him to Verton's team?
Exactly. If we can make Burton apply for that, he'll be put through a much milder punishment. After that, he'll be free to leave with Burton.
This is a good idea. How about Jessica, the dear girl?
She needs to receive some education to become adequately socialized. Based on her result of the amended Arcanists risk evaluation chart, this little girl is very dangerous. We rescued 9 hostages from her cave. 3 are from the film crew. The other 6 are from the student expedition team that went missing 6 months ago.
So they didn't die. They just disappeared. Wow.
The validity of that chart is debatable, for it doesn't have a sufficient number of questions to draw a conclusion.
Yeah. When we arrive at the Foundation, we will give her a more comprehensive test. But that doesn't mean that she'll get a higher grade. We all know that the amended version tends to overestimate the examinees.
Can I visit her while she's in the Foundation?
Of course. Chatting with someone familiar is conducive to embracing the community. You don't need to worry too much about her. We'll treat her the right way. The arcanum shown on her is of a very unique kind, and shall be helpful in many experiments.
She deserves some love. Some friends.
That's good. But I still have one more question.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Members from the Xeno also participated in the rescue. Did you call them to come?
Yeah. This should have been their responsibilities. To be more precise, all of these problems were their fault.
Are you talking about the missing of the youth force?
What? No. But wait, what missing youth force?
Wait, what?
The myth that Xeno youth force disappeared overnight at the Green Lake campsite. Haven't you ever heard of that?
No, never.
Excuse me?
Where did you hear that?
From Horrorpedia, isn't it?
Joshua told me.
Jesus. So that's how he made it up.
He's just a young man. Impulsive and can tell a story from a fact. Why would you believe... Never mind. Back to the business. By the end of the 50s, Xeno found a bunch of critters with unique appearance in the woods near the Green Lake campsite. As they continued to investigate, they found a special moss in the woods that can trigger changes in appearance. In order to conduct further research, they built a campsite and held some camping activities as a disguise from time to time. The critters mutated and evolved very fast. Meanwhile, the town prospered and the nearby population soared. After several incidents of attacks on local residents by fled creature subjects, Xeno decided to move the campsite out of that area. That dear girl was neglected during the moving. She was left at the Green Lake and kept on secretly living there till now.
So she was a critter and she evolved. Okay.
Other critters that escaped have hybridized with the local breeds and hence created the new critters you've encountered. They more or less carry a lineage of changelings, which are very hard to deal with. But thank God you've brought this girl under control.
Jessica has been like their friend or leader.
I think she's more like a leader, or even a master to them. Xeno conducted military training to the first batch of critters, so they are more obedient than others. Your Jessica is like their commander. She gives orders to the critters at the bottom of the lake through a radio hidden in a remote control, so that they act in precise alignment.
Oh, that's so cool. And that which explains some of her abilities. That the mass attack that uses critters? Wow.
So you knew the truth of the Green Lake campsite from the beginning?
It was Zeno's idea to clean up the mess with the Foundation. They contacted me before. If you could have asked me earlier, like before you depart, we wouldn't have to go through so much trouble.
Kids were ignorance for lack of knowledge, yet adults were ignorance for their cognitive inertia. In a story where truth and falsity are mingled together, it is hard to tell which is which.
What did you say?
Nothing. Nothing important. Have you heard of what happened to my brother?
Huh? Your brother? What happened to him?
Do you know how his teeth disappeared?
I don't want to offend anyone, but wasn't it because of the curse of the tooth fairies? What? What are you laughing at?
Nah, nothing. As for my brother, I will tell you more later. Hush now. Give me my camera.
Alright, so Tooth Fairy turns around, leans over the seat, and presses the shutter. Oh my gosh. They were exhausted all night. Now they have some rest. God, look at these two are cute. Nah, she's better. Adorable. Get them out of the picture. But seriously, the children are leaning against each other and are sleeping in peace. That's the end of the horror story, which is not that horrible though. And with that, guys, that is the end of this event. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that event story that I just went through. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I just want to say thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please give this video a like or a dislike. Anything, really. And if you have any comments that if you want me to do any more of Reverse 1999 videos, or anything really, just let me know in the comment section, or like this video. Like this video, or any of the Reverse 1999 videos, because I really wanted to know if you want more of this or not. Because I've been doing more gacha game stuff, as well as horror game stuff, so again, let me know in the comments, or just like the video. And of course, I truly enjoyed my time in catching up on this event here. And I'm pretty sure there are more events that are doing some reruns, and I got a lot of catching up to do in the main story as well. So, if you want me to just start Chapter 1 or Chapter 2 over, just let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the new video. So, peace out, and have a great day.